Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Just really excited about the game our guys performed last week. I think it's a great team effort by our guys. I think we look at our staff, not only just the coaches, but support staff does an unbelievable job. Adam Mueller, KD, Brandon Sharp, Dan Rowe, Brent Irvin, they do an unbelievable job with our guys. We always try to give our guys a theme, and the theme last week was the thrill in Manila. And I think when you think about Ali and Frazier, it's their third time competing. It is so much parallel between Ali, the city, the community, and the Louisville Athletics. We played University of Miami in 23. We beat them. Went all the way down to the wire. We played them 24. They beat us. It went all the way down to the wire. So this one was, the thrill in Manila. And in boxing right now, it's 12 rounds. But back when Ali and Frazier fought, it was 15 rounds. And it was in the Philippines, October the 1st, 1975. And I think Coach English does an unbelievable job of just permeating that into our players. And we actually showed them that fight Thursday night. And man, they were just amazed of the blows, the ebbs and flows of that fight. And if you watch that last drive of the game, those guys were saying, hey man, it's round 15, thrill in Manila. And I just think Coach English did an unbelievable job of delivering that to our players. And I think Ali, in the spirit he had, took us to get the victory. With that being said, I'll pause for questions.
Coach, one of the interceptions, I think it might have been JoJo's. You sprinted to the end of the end zone and did a little celebration of your own with the guys and all that. First of all, have you still got some wheels? You can run pretty fast down there. But what's that emotion like for you when one of your guys makes play?
It just euphoria, really. I mean, as coaches, we're just ex players. I mean, when those guys make plays, as a coach, you feel like you making that play. And you just know how hard those guys work this off season, the training and the preparation they put into having a successful game plan and implementing that game plan. And just to see JoJo being from West Palm, he had 50 or 60 people at the game for him to make that play. Man, that's just an unbelievable feeling because you know how much time and energy and effort he put into this game, and to see that as a coach, man, is to make you proud. Like, cause really, your players are your coach closest thing to your kids. I spend more time with my players than I do my own son. And like I always said, the players are the closest thing to your kids. And we make that play, man. Just like I said, just euphoria. Just you feel a sense of joy, a sense of happiness, and just want to do it again.
Steve Carson Beck only had 3 interceptions coming into the game, having he had 4 obviously against you guys. What can a game like that do for the confidence of these guys, especially knowing maybe a lot of new guys, but last year's passing defense wasn't as strong maybe as this year.
Great question. I think the first of all, I think it goes to the whole defense. I have a little girl. She's 7. Her name is Ava Rose, and she loved to eat cheesecake. But that's third down, and that's getting up the quarterback. You got to eat your vegetables, and that's for us stopping that run. And that's what we did last Friday night. Our D line, our linebackers, they feed the run game. In the balls pop in the secondary, we got the football down. So stopping the run for us, just eating the vegetables. You got to eat your vegetables. Third down, now you get into the cheesecake. You get into the brownies. That's what we feast at. But you got to shut that run down first. And that's what things I think those guys did an unbelievable job of. And I think when you look at it, the more times you have a chance to put the ball in harm's way throwing the football, the more times that Cleve, Renee, those guys, AJ, to get after that quarterback. But until you eat your vegetables, you can't give them the third down. And more the time the ball's in the air, we got a chance to affect the quarterback. That's what we got a chance to make plays for our team. I was fortunate enough to be at an institution where they held the Peyton Manning Passing Academy. And he said this story that I'll never forget. He said he never threw a ball just to throw it. Even when he was throwing with a teammate or throwing with his wife or throwing it to his son, every time he threw a ball, he took it as a drop back pass. And our guys got to believe anytime that ball's in the air and you got a chance to get it, that's our football. And it has to permeate through our team and it also permeate through the National Football League because Quincy Riley got a pick yesterday. So I think it's big time. I think they come in flocks and hopefully, they keep going.
Kind of following up on that, being in position is one thing, but actually making the play is another. And you guys, 4 interceptions would make any wide receiver proud. The catches they made. How much do you work on actually tracking and catching the ball?
I think that's something that, my years of coaching, I think it came from Coach Braun. He does an unbelievable job of setting up practice. I don't know if you guys ever were there in this part of practice. We do a deep ball drill every day, and we go down once, then we come back the next, and we do it every day. And he's telling no DBs, man, just track the ball, track the ball. When the ball's in the air, that's your ball. But that drill, I think, is probably one of the best drill that I have ever been around on teaching a DB how to track the ball. The next thing I think happened in the summer with Coach Reno, our strength coach. Anytime you have a defensive back making play, it starts with the strength coaches because they're around those guys more times than you are. So with the toughness, it's just the anxiety, all the stuff going on in the summer training, and then those guys catch balls after that summer training. It's hot, you're sweaty, you're tired, and putting those guys in stress. And I think he played a big factor in that also. But I think with Coach Brown, what he sets up practice, for us, we got to get the ball, man. We got to attack the ball.
The Antonio Watts interception, can you walk us through how he made that play? Because he kind of chose to peel off and go back, and then, just being able to track the ball, is that part of that deep ball drill that you were just talking about right there?
Antonio is a really good athlete, a young master football lover. He works at his craft. I think if you go back 2 weeks ago, he had a one-handed pick against Pittsburgh around 2 or 3 yard line. So first of all, man, he got unbelievable ball skills. I think he was a baseball player in high school, so that helps. But for us, Coach Braun preaches, man, who has the ball in harm's way? The quarterback. So watch the quarterback. It's kind of like the old Western movies. I'm just giving you guys now analogies because those things pop in my mind. It's kind of like when those guys in the old Western movies, everybody got their hands on on their guns, they waiting to draw. That's how you are as a defensive back. You're in your pedal and you watching that quarterback. And once that hand draw, which we call breaking the arrow, I'm gone. It's the same thing as an old Western movie. We got a stare down going on between me and him, and once that arrow breaks, I'm gone. And now, just for him, just being a phenomenal athlete, catching the ball, making a play, and putting our team in a good position to make plays. And I think we scored off that drive. So, anytime we can give the ball back to our offense, we really don't call them turnovers, we call them takeaways. No, we take the ball away. That's our job, to take the ball away, to put the ball in Coach Brom's hand and let Isaac and Miller and Bell, Lacey go do their thing.
Coach, when you look at Boston College, your next upcoming game, what do you see from them, from their passing attack, and how do you kind of keep the guys, I guess, maybe grounded after such a big performance?
I think the biggest thing was Coach Brom talk about. Every game is a one-game season. We played last Friday night. Hey, that game is over. Our focus right now is on BC. We got to do a great job of eating our vegetables and shutting that run game down, and do a great job sticking their receivers, number 11, number 4. Those guys are really good athletes. When you get a chance to watch those guys on tape, they make some explosive plays. So we got to do a good job with eye discipline, make sure you're reading our keys. But it comes down to preparation. It comes down to mindset. When you get in week 7 of the season, that's what it's about. It's really not about what they do. It's about what we do. And it really starts today in our preparation. Then it's also moves into tomorrow with our on-the-field performance when our practice habits. But it's about what we do, our mindset, and our preparation.
Coach, in regards to Boston College, Bond is one of the leading receivers, 11 in the ACC. What do you see with him kind of on film, and does he kind of remind you of anybody?
Man, he's shifty. He's in and out of cuts. Does an unbelievable job with the football in his hands. He has a lot of yak yards. So we got to do a great job of wrapping him up when we tackle him. They moving around so much, so that'll be a challenge to identify him. But he's a really good player. Who he reminds me of? He reminds me of some good players. I can assure you of that. And we definitely get our work cut out for him. We game planning right now, trying to give a good plan for our guys to go execute. But we got our hands full with Bond, and our guys will be excited for the challenge. Go Cards. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.